Mark. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Last week we got the rear axle all dressed and installed on the rear swing arm. What I'm hoping to do, and I'm not making any promises because honestly I don't know what I'm going to do. There's a lot of little things that we got to kind of finish up on the tub, just little tiny items in each little section that all kind of rely on each other. So we're going to get started on making that new Squirrel just tried to murder me. I think I'm going to get started by building a new idler sprocket for the mid drive. The old one is a little bit short and it's not going to clear the swing arm. So all we're going to do is we're going to stretch it out just a little bit further. And the old sprocket teeth got all mangled from when the chain came off. So I'm just going to change them instead of trying to dress that out. The new shocks came in for the front end and they actually made a mistake and sent me the wrong size. The ones that I was supposed to get are about another 2 inches longer. So these are way too small, but the manufacturer is sending me a new set of the right ones. So I still got to wait for them. They'd look maybe nice on a cruiser style mini bike or something. So we'll put those aside. Now that we got a game plan started, we'll head over to the tub. And so there you can see the idler sprocket. You can see some of the teeth are actually folded back. And then on this side, there's a couple that are really worn real bad. I'm worried they're just going to catch the chain and cause some issues. So we're going to replace this piece. All it is just a tube with some bearings pressed into it. And then I had welded it around the center here. So we're just going to make another one of these. We're going to find some more of this tubing. And I have actually 2 more of these new sprockets. So there's the first one. And this is the second one with the new piece of tubing we just cut. This tubing just about fits a 3/8 bearing right ends. All I have to do is just clean up a little bit of the inner weld because it is just sprinkler pipe. And on the outside, it just about presses right in to these weld-on sprockets I have. I have to take off about maybe a 32nd of material around the outside, and they'll press right in, and then I can just weld them around the edge. So now that we got all the bearings put in, we can just slide our sprockets onto either side, and then I can just weld them around the edge. We got our first set of tacks in there, and she spins nice and true. So now I'll finish welding that all the way up. Now that all the welds are complete, I got to go back, clean them all up with the wire wheel, get all the slag off it. That'll make it look a lot better. I need to get a layer of paint on this and then throw it actually back on the cart for good. So I'm just going to go around, start cleaning up all the welds. I hope I have these adjusted the right way. All right. Boom. I got a little bit of slack to the chain right now, but that's not a problem because these rod ends are adjustable. So I'm just going to adjust those out on either side, about a turn or half a turn, and that should tension that chain up nice. And as I need to tension it from here on in, I'll just pull those bolts out, undo the rod end a little bit more, and then once I get to the point where I have no more adjustment, well, it's probably a good time to change the chain anyway. So that's how we're going to run that for now. One, half, two. Let's try that. That moved it quite a bit. So I'm happy with that. I'm pretty stoked. I thought I was gonna have to adjust it like crazy. I was gonna put the back shocks out of alignment, but I can't believe how much it just shortened that chain up with how little movement I did on those end hinds. So I'm actually gonna go back. I think about maybe a turn. Now we've got the driveline all done, the axle hung, the shocks where they need to be. I got to move over the rest of the stuff that was on the old rear end. So the gas tank, all the lights, the license plate, which was most important, and the trailer hitch. So that stuff's going to move over onto the new rear end, and it's going to be a little bit more of the fun kind of visual progress stuff. So that's what I'm going to jump into next. Oh, come on. cutting things off. All right, so this is where I'm going to put the fuel tank on this little back section here. I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to mount it up a little bit higher so it can gravity feed to the carburetor, or whether I should slap it down in there like yeet. I have a pulse pump if I need to put the tank down a little bit lower and it can't gravity feed to the carburetor. But if I can keep it simple, I'm going to keep it simple. I mean, it's not that pulse pumps aren't simple to begin with anyway. I do like the look of it. It kind of just fits right in that spot so nicely here. I have a set of saddles to put it in to hold it nice and sturdy. God, should I just put it like that? It's like between here and here. Here, just not high enough to feed the gas. Here, tons of room. So I think I'm going to put it up high like this. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to put it up like that. Now I don't know. Once I have it mocked up and sitting where it needs to sit, I don't think I like it. I'd much rather it sitting kind of down like that. And just kind of weld those in place. Something like that. Yes, final decision. Final decision. I'm looking at where I'm going to put the brake lights, the running lights, and I have a bar style brake light as well. So I think my original idea was to kind of have them up high, but I really didn't like having a big kind of piece of metal hanging up here. It's just a big knife. In case I ever roll this thing over, I just don't want a bunch of big protruding pieces of steel. So I'm going to take the brake lights and the running lights and put them down on the actual swing arm themselves, and then put a bar style light either up here on the back of the tub or on this rear cross member here, just so I at least have one light that's up a lot higher with a better view. Just say someone's right behind me or right on top of me, or even if this is just kicking up a lot of dust, it kind of gets it up and out of the dust there, so you can see it. So I'm going to cut some little pieces of plate to put on here, and then drill some 3/4 inch holes just to pop these penny lights in. I absolutely love these little penny lights. They're the best little accessory for mini bikes or go-karts, anything really. They just super easy to install. Just drill a 3/4 inch hole and they pop right in with the grommet, and then you can either just splice the back or solder them on. I solder all this stuff. So I'm going to find a piece of metal that I can cut into 2 little light hanging plates and get those welded on that rear swing arm. Now it's time for the most important part, the underglow. So I have eight of these purpley pink penny lights. They're not really purple because a purple light's just a black light. So they're a little bit pink, but they'll do just fine. I had LED strip lights under this for the underglow. They get all beat up and the leads on them are not the best. They break really easy and they're very delicate. So I'm going to take these and screw them into the side of the frame instead of being in from the bottom. And they should, oh, I get tons of space. So like I said, I got 8 of these and I was debating whether I should stagger them down the frame to kind of get one uniform color or just kind of do them parallel on either side. I think I'm going to do them parallel on either side. Like I said, they're really easy to install. You just drill a 3/4 inch hole, pop the grommet in, and then push them into the hole. So 2 reasons I'm going to be doing that is, one, I get to hide all the wiring through the frame and kind of wire tuck it. I'm going to be running all my electrical through the frame anyway, so that'll just kind of complete the look. So we'll do that. At least get the holes drilled. I won't put these in just yet. I'm just going to get the holes drilled for them all because once you put these things in all the way, if they're blind in back and you can't get to them from the back, they're super hard to get back out. So I'm not even going to put the grommets in yet until I get the frame painted, but I at least will get all the holes drilled and done for that now. Because the tubing's so thin, I wouldn't be able to get my step bit all the way through without going out the other side of the square tubing. So I cut an old uni bit that I had. It was all worn down at the tip, and I really only used it for the last couple of steps anyway. So I cut that down in size. I'm going to start with the Old Faithful and then move to this old beat up bit. Finish off the holes. Onto the custom bit. There's all of them done. Well, I think it's a good time to finish this video. Next week, we're going to get on to something different. We're going to leave the tub for a couple of weeks and focus on another project we got coming in. So look forward to that. All that's really left to do on this thing here is just get the steering all set up and get the grill all done. And then paint. I'm just going to spray bomb the thing. I'm not going to take everything off. I'm just going to mask what I need to and kind of just touch up some areas and then finish off the electrical. And this thing's done. I mean, probably about another episode or two, and we'll have this thing out on the track, ripping around. Thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, share, comment on the bottom what you like, what you don't like, and stay tuned for the next episode. Welcome. I think that's it. I think we're good. I think we're good. We're good. I think we're good. All right. So, I just blew my belt off. Because the tubing's so thin, I don't know why I'm screaming. I got a mic on. Oh God. What have I done?